morning, everyone. Thanks for coming. I'm Sam Johnson. I'm the Director of Strategic Communications for West Valley City. I want to welcome all of you here today. And to those of you that are watching online or on our television station, WVCTV, thank you for tuning in. We're excited to be here, and I appreciate the media showing up as well. And I'm going to make my comments very short, and I'm going to turn it directly over to our City Manager, Wayne Pyle.
Thank you, Sam, and good morning, everybody. We appreciate your attendance and willingness to be here. We have an announcement this morning, I think, that is going to be very interesting to you, and certainly is going to be interesting to the residents that we have here in our fine city. As some of you may know, we have been pursuing a public-private partnership for the possibility of building a fiber network to every single residence and business within our city. On the resident side, that's 40,000 connections. We're here today to announce the complementary partnership possibility in which we would, together with a private sector partner, provide to all 40,000 addresses of our city free telephone service through that fiber network. The company with which we are planning on conducting this partnership is named Ooma. Ooma is a national telephone service provider based in Palo Alto, California. They've been in business for 10 years and have an award-winning system. As we contemplate building this fiber network and this partnership with Ooma, the implications for the individual resident out there are really, frankly, unprecedented in terms of what they can do both with their services and what they can realize from an economic benefit gain. For example, we estimate that combining the free telephone service that Ooma will partner with us to do and the free internet service at the basic service level that the fiber network build partnership that we're currently estimating could save an individual resident $540 a year. When you aggregate all of the residences within the city, this actually multiplies to over $20 million in savings net across the network by those or for those who would choose to use that service. The way we would provide this service in that partnership is in the following. As the fiber network is built to each one of the residences, and each one of the residences then chose a internet service provider to get the free internet service, they would then be able to get the base unit from Ooma, and Ooma builds and produces these base units that everybody plugs their telephone into. They would be able to access and get this telephone unit, this base unit, from us as a city. We will be supplying that to the resident free of charge. We will then at that point, as government and the city, get out of the way. The individual user would have the choice and the ability to use that service through Ooma if and how they choose to desire, with no further involvement from the city. They would take that service from Ooma, the company, and they would be able to either use that base service at that free level or be able to expand and add other services to it as well. They would still be responsible for their own taxes and fees, the 911 service, that sort of thing. But in the event of both obtaining the unit as well as the monthly service, there would be no obligation from a monthly basis. We're obviously hugely excited about this because of the economic savings and opportunities for the individual resident. But we're even more excited, and what this really does, this announcement, is it points out the possibilities that every resident could use in terms of having this fiber network and this bandwidth capacity that will be available to them, and the multitude of choices now that they would be able to modify and bring to their own home. And with that, that's the end of my announcement. I'll take any questions that you have.
When is this fiber line going to be built?
Currently, the proposal is under consideration from a due diligence standpoint, and it's important for me to point out that it's not a for sure certain and decided upon deal. We still have to assess the deal, make sure that it's going to work from a financial standpoint to build, do our due diligence. But assuming that we do move forward with the network, we would be contemplating signing an agreement for that purpose in the fall, and then there would be a 30-month build-out period after that. So as each individual home or entity was added to the network and they had that box on the side of the house, at that point they would be eligible for this. Other questions? Yes, sir.
Are there going to be any terms? Is this a long term? Like, is it going to be free for the first 60 months, for the first 36 months? What's the term?
Great question. So the question was, will there be any term attachment to this? And the answer to that is no. This is not a promotional deal with a time limit. There might be a promotional time limit in which the city chooses to offer it. We haven't decided that. But as far as getting the phone service through Ooma, it's a permanent deal. You would be able to obtain that basic service as long as you have that Ooma phone.
You're saying that once the customer, the resident signed up with the company, the city will just step aside, and what other services will provide by Ooma?
That's also a very good question. The question was, what other services would Ooma provide? What will happen after the city gets out of the way, so to speak, right?
Right.
So we'll provide the box, Ooma will provide the service, and in addition to the basic service, which will provide local dial tone, local calling, nationwide long distance, some of your standard features such as caller ID, call waiting, voice messaging, an actual very important public safety service right now, which you don't get on a normal landline, which is they can actually configure the service such that if a 911 call is made from your home, you can receive an email off-site by your mobile phone or computer or whatever, which will tell you that a 911 call has been placed from your home. That's included in the basic service. In addition to that, they market upgraded service that will include things like international calling, they will include second lines, they will include automatic forwarding of your calls to mobile phones. They have a mobile app that you can access the system through in your homes or your phones back at home. So there's actually a wide range of services that they offer.
Will you keep your same telephone number?
You can keep your same telephone number. There is a fee attached to keeping your same number. It's a one-time fee. But if you don't want to pay the fee, you can also obtain a free number and it won't cost you any more. Or a new number, I'm sorry, for free. Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. With the last chance, are there any questions? If not, thank you for your attendance. Really appreciate it.